Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're doing something a little bit different from one building. I just wanted to show you guys something that I'm working on. Basically, I'm creating a perk overhaul mod. Right? It's called Parallel World Perks, and it's attempting to kind of give you different options for what perks you want. So instead of having the normal perks, it's going to be a perk that does the same thing but in a different way. Let me just give myself some movement and an all-seeing eye, because some of the perks in this game are really good, but some of them are just too niche or a little bit terrible in my opinion. Some of them are too good and some of them are too bad. So I wanted to try and address that by changing the way some of the perks work. So I'll just show a little bit of examples and then you guys can give me your comments. The first one that I'm working on, or I've already done it, is vampirism. So they have the same kind of sprite, but it's now called leech. Leech health from fallen foes. So it has the same sprite as the old perk vampirism, but now it's called leech. So you can see my health is 34. This audio is a bit too loud. So now if I kill this guy, my health goes up. Obviously they shouldn't be damaging me. So it gives you 1 HP per kill, which that might sound like a little, but it's actually a bit too strong at the moment. Based on the amount of enemies that you kill, getting 1 HP from every kill is a bit too much. But yeah, that's leech. You get 1 HP every time you kill an enemy. It's kind of like vampirism, but much less annoying. The next one is called repelling cape. I don't know if I've renamed it. Where is it? I hate looking for stuff like this. I get blind. Okay, we'll come back to repelling cape. So another one that I have is called Hungry Sun. What it does is you heal from explosions. Now that's a little bit too broken at the moment. I think it heals you for half of your HP. It just reduces a bit. So I have 110 HP out of however much. And here I have the magic missile. You can see it's healing me. Eat this wand. Okay. So you can see it's healing me. Oh, it should be healing me. It's not working. I'll have to test it out. But that's Hungry Sun. You heal from explosions. You need those. Then another one that I have is this one right here, confidence. So this is called living on the edge. What it does is if you're very low on HP, it gives you a damage boost. So this does the complete opposite. So when you're above 50% HP, you deal double damage, but the minute you go below that amount, it becomes half damage. So it's called confidence. Very simple to explain. So as you can see, they work in a similar fashion, but fundamentally they're a bit different. Right? So another one we have, it's called Fallout, which replaces toxic immunity. It gives you toxic immunity, but it does something else as well. So as you can see, I had a water potion now. It's not the same anymore. Where is it? Fallout. The world has become reduced to a toxic wasteland. So basically, it just changes a lot of stuff about the world. I have the toxic immunity still, but a lot of things have been changed to kind of suit that style. So water has become toxic sludge, as you can see here. Most snow and rock has become like toxified. If I go down here, you can see snowy depths looks a little bit weird. So that's what Fallout does. Obviously, you don't take damage from toxic, but the enemies will still take damage from the toxic sludge. I just need a wand really quick because these people are annoying me. Just give me something. Right. So that was Fallout, which replaces toxic immunity. Oh my god. Forgot how dangerous this biome is. So the next one is, let's take a look. This one here, called Infinity. Did I give myself a wrong part? It's called Infinity. Wands will ignore the mana drain of spells. Basically, the way this works is, this spell used to be infinite spells, which gave you unlimited charges of certain limited spells. So if you see here, this wand has a mana max of 900. If I put in some really expensive spells, like, I don't know, Giga Black Hole, cost 240 mana. So the way this works is, as long as I can afford the mana, it will cast it. I still have the cast delay, but in terms of mana cost, you can see my wand's mana is still at 900. So I can cast anything as long as it doesn't cost more than 900, right? So that's Infinity. Wands will ignore the cost of mana. So it's still a wand related perk, but kind of completely different from how infinite spells works. The next one I have, which is not really fully completed, is called Blank Perk. So this replaces the what this one used to be. I think it was called Extra Perk in Holy Mountain or something like that. So when you go to a Holy Mountain, every future Holy Mountain will have 4 perks to choose from. So for me, that was kind of good perk, but also not a good perk. Instead of doing that, it's now called Blank Perk. So what it does is it teleports you to this special room where you get to choose one of any kind of perk you want. So you get to choose any perk, and then you pick your perk and it teleports you back. So I have a few other ones I'd like to show off here. Where is it? So here's the extra life. So upon death, you respawn with 100 health. My plan for that one is to make it kind of similar to, there was an item from The Binding of Isaac. I think it was called Guppy's Tail or Guppy's Collar, one of them, where when you die, you have a 50% chance to not die or die. So it's gonna kind of be implemented like that. Instead of like a once-off 50%, 100% chance to revive, it will kind of be like a 50% chance every time you take fatal damage. Right? And we have a lot of perks here, obviously. There was one other one. So yeah, Exploding Corpses. It's not fully implemented yet. My plan for that is, instead of exploding corpses, why not have imploding corpses? So, enemies will like have a small giga black hole when they die. And there's a few other stuff I have. Where was it? Lucky Mutation, I think it was. No, not that one. There's so many Lucky related words. Here, Worm Attractor. Instead of Worm Attractor, it's called Worm Love. So what this will do is, worms will love you, basically. Don't get to be Steve. So now all worms are my friend, as you can see. Instead of being kind of useless, because like this perk normally doesn't really do much. You take it and it just kind of annoys you because all the Luki eat up the holy mountains. So now it's a bit different. Luki are my friend, not just passive towards me, but they'll actually like kill enemies for me. And worms as well, if I can find any. Oh, get rid of that. You can see all the toxic effects are still around. So yeah, that's, what's it called? Worm Love, instead of Worm Attractor. And I have a few ideas for looking minion. So the way that will work is kind of like when you kill an enemy, it will spawn a helpful looking minion to fight for you. Now I'm looking for repelling cape. I can't find it for the life of me. So I'm just gonna take another blank perk. Where is it? I'm looking for repelling cape. If I can find it. Oh yeah. While I'm struggling to fly, there's another one here which I think is a bit too strong. Where is it? I'll just switch out the elf localized names. I'm looking for strong levitation. Is it not here? Stainless armor. Some of them are not showing up. I don't know why. Like strong levitation specifically. Like it doesn't even show up here. Must be a bug with that. But it must have been implemented anyway. So I'll show you some of my notes. These are the ones I've completed so far. The ones I wanted to show you was strong levitation now just gives you infinite flight. I think that's a bit too strong, but obviously in testing I can decide on what to do on that. And there was another one instead of repelling cape, it still does the same thing, but a little bit differently. So the way repelling cape normally works is, you know, you can. Let me show you progress bar. So repelling cape, yeah, there's a bug here. What it normally does is when you fly around, stains fall off your cape much more quicker. What my implementation did was instead of doing that, you would now just completely ignore stains. So what it would do is you cannot get stained by any liquids anymore. So no more slime, no ambrosia, no phlomoxium, berserkium, water, toxic sludge. None of those liquids can have a stain on you. You can still take damage from acid and stuff, but you won't actually get a status effect, like a stain status effect. I don't know why it's not showing up here. So the main reason why I made this video is because there's a lot of perks in the game, as you can see, and that coding the actual stuff is not difficult. I can obviously it's a challenge to figure out some of the nuances of the game, but generally it's not that difficult. The main problem actually comes in with trying to figure out ideas. So, like as you can see, oh here's it, repelling cape. So it's still called repelling cape, but now you can no longer be stained by liquids. So if I just go out to get one spell quickly, I forgot that it's not water. Do we have blood? As you can see, I don't have a stain effect anymore on me of the toxic stain. Surprised I can't use anything else. Sea of oil maybe? Yeah. Let's get rid of these. There you can see the oil, it doesn't actually stain me anymore. So that's the repelling cape. So anyway, that was some of these perks that I have. I mainly made this video as kind of like a call to action or like asking for help. Because the problem is not that don't do it or I can't figure it out. But there's just so many perks. Some of them I have no idea on what to do. Like, how would I implement Tinker with Wands everywhere? Like, my goal is so that it should still be the same perk in essence, but implemented in a different way. Um, so I want the same value of the perk to be there, but it must be kind of different. So this one here for kills to mana, my idea is instead of kills to mana, it's an effect from kills. It will give you a random effect, potion effect, Every time you kill an enemy, like it could give you ambrosia, it could give you faster movement, it could give you, I don't know, flummoxium. Obviously, I need to balance how that works, but instead of just giving you mana, it can give you different kind of effects. Levitatium or maybe Berserkium when you kill an enemy. So yeah, that's some of the ideas I have. Mainly, I want you guys to kind of help me think about some ideas. You can leave them in the comment section below. And also, I have made a Discord server. It's pretty silly looking at the moment, pretty simple. But if you want to go there and also show me your wand builds or talk specifically about this mod, you can leave your ideas there. So I'll leave a link in the description where you can join my server, come and hang out or talk. Or just leave your comments in the comment section. There's so many perks to get through that I don't know what I'm going to do for some of them. And also, I had a different idea where instead of just completely replacing all the perks in the main game, which would still mean that these normal perks are inaccessible, I had an idea of like you could pour Flummoxium over the perk itself, and then it would change into the parallel world version, the alternate version, you can call it. So that was an idea I had. I don't know which one I like better. Instead of just completely replacing all the perks, maybe having an option where you can still have the normal perk, but you can also change it so that if the normal perk is weaker or you don't want that at the moment, you can swap it out. Like instead of vampirism, you can pour Flummoxium on the perk and it'll become leech, then you have leech instead. Anyway, that's just something that I thought about. I don't know which way I'll go about it. But yeah, leave your comments, leave your suggestions, any ideas you have. The main problem is not actually coding all of this, but actually coming up with the ideas. I mean, some of them I have absolutely no idea what I will do. Like, for example, invisibility, it just does what it says on the box. Like, how would I ever change that? All seeing eye, it just does what it does. How would I implement that in a different way? I'll have to see. But yeah, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.